Good morning, students. Welcome again. We will start with Class 9 Geography, Chapter 5 Natural Vegetation and Wildlife of India, Part 1. We already learned about natural vegetation and wildlife in brief in Class 7. Now we will start with the meaning of the term natural vegetation and the basic flora and fauna of India and the uniqueness that India holds for both the importance of forest and ecosystem. We will start with the first subtopic explaining about the meaning of the term natural vegetation. Natural vegetation refers to a plant community which has grown naturally without human aid and has been left undisturbed by humans for a long time. Natural vegetation is also known as virgin vegetation. Now remember, every vegetation is not natural. There are crops and fruits which are grown and cultivated by human beings. They are also part of vegetation, but not natural vegetation. Next is flora and fauna. Flora means plants of a particular region, and fauna means the species of animals is referred as fauna. In a country like India, there is a huge diversity in plants and animal kingdom. You will find many species of plants and animals. Now, there are certain factors that are responsible for such a diversity. Let's analyze each one of them in brief. We will divide the factors into two broad categories, that is relief and climate. The diversity of the flora and fauna is mainly due to relief and climate. Under relief, we will be discussing about land and soil, and under climate, we will be discussing about temperature, photo period, and precipitation. Land has a direct and indirect effect on the natural vegetation. The nature of the land influences vegetation. We will not see same type of plants everywhere. For example, mountains and plateaus will have different kinds of trees. And if a land is fertile, we know that it is suitable for agriculture. In mountains, we can see different type of lands. In plateaus, we can see different types of plants or trees. And in the desert regions, we can see different types of trees. So it means the nature of the land influence the vegetation of a particular area. So the same type of vegetation we cannot see everywhere. I hope you get it, how land has an effect on vegetation. Coming to soil. Just like land, even soil also vary from place to place. The different types of soil found in India are alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, mountain soil, and desert soil, or it is also known as arid soil. The types of soil we will learn in detail in class 10. So different types of soil is suitable for different types of plants. We will not see lush green plants or trees growing on sandy soils. Similarly, cotton grows well in black soil. You will not find cotton growing in the red soil. So that is the rule of soil. So it means same way what we learned about land, we learned that the nature of land influences vegetation. We will not see the same type of plants everywhere. Same way, the same rule is applicable for even for soil also. So the soil, the soil which we see in different parts of India, that will vary from place to place. And the different types of soil which is suitable for different plants. So every plants will not grow in every soil. Then moving on to the second category, climate. First, here it is explaining about temperature. Temperature plays an important role in the growth of plants and trees because with temperature, the air or humidity in the environment changes. That's why you see, as we go away from the equator, temperature decreases and the type of vegetation cover also changes. Near to the equator, you will find the evergreen forest where trees such as rosewood, mahogany are found. When we go to the Himalayas, there we can see a different kind of vegetation like coniferous forest and trees like pine, cedar are found in the Himalayan region. Next is photoperiod. Photoperiod is also known as, or else, it is also known as sunlight. The variation in the duration of sunlight affects the growth of the trees. More the sunlight, faster is the growth. So in summer, trees grow faster as the sun shines for a longer time. Next is precipitation. Precipitation means it is the rainfall. In India, it's mainly accounted by the southwest monsoon. That's during the monsoonal months from July to September. Areas of heavy rainfall have a dense vegetation than areas of less rain. Now let's analyze what are the importance of forest. Forests are renewable resources and play a major role in enhancing the quality of environment. The importance of forests are: forests modify our climate, they absorb carbon and give out oxygen, they provide shelter to various wild animals around, they are sources of recreation, they controls the wind force and temperature and leads to rainfall. It provides livelihood to many peoples and dwellers nearby. They prevent soil erosion. They support the industries. They provide humus to the soil and they regulate the stream flow because the roots binds the soil. As per 2015 India State of Forest Report, India accounts only 21.34% of the forest cover, and most of the forest land in India is degraded, and this degradation is due to human activity, and along with that we have other natural causes like natural calamities and disasters that affect the forest area. Next we will discuss about the ecosystem. Ecosystem means it is a community in which many different organisms interact with the physical environment. So basically, it's a complex network which is interconnected. Now, what I mean by that is the nature of the plant in an area to a large extent determines the animal life in that area. All the plants and animals in an area are interdependent and interrelated to each other, to their physical environment. So the entire ecosystem is based on plants and trees, which is called vegetation. So when we change the vegetation, it also affects the lives of the animals. Now in the entire ecosystem, human beings are part of it. How do the human beings influence the ecology of a region? They utilize the vegetation and wildlife. The greed of human beings leads to overutilization of these resources. We use these resources for various purposes, from building houses to making furniture, all such sorts of things. Now, overutilization of these resources will definitely hurt the ecosystem. This kind of overutilization can cause ecological imbalance. The cutting of trees and killing of animals resulted in ecological imbalance. As a result, some of the plants and animals have reached the verge of extinction. Now let's have a quick recap of today's class. Today we learned about natural vegetation. Natural vegetation refers to a plant community which has grown naturally without human interference and has been left undisturbed by humans for a long time. Natural vegetation is also known as virgin vegetation. Then we learned about flora and fauna. Flora denotes the plants in a particular region, and fauna refers to the animal species. Then we learned that the huge diversity in flora and fauna kingdom, that is due to the factors like relief and climate. Under relief, we discussed about land and soil. Land affects natural vegetation directly and indirectly. The fertility level is generally devoted to agriculture. It means if a land is fertile, that particular land is suitable for agriculture. The undulating and rough terrains and areas where grasslands and woodlands develop and give shelter to a variety of wildlife. Then we discussed about soil. Different types of soil provides a basis for different types of vegetation. The sandy soils of the desert supports cactus and thorny bushes, while wet, marshy, deltaic soils support mangroves and deltaic vegetation. The soil at the hill slopes has conical trees, and then different soils is, we learned that different soil is suitable for different plants. Different plants will grow in different soil. Then we learned about climate. There we discussed about temperature, photoperiod, and precipitation. Temperature, the character and extent of vegetation are mainly determined by temperature along with humidity in the air, precipitation, and soil. The fall in the temperature affects the vegetation and its growth. Then photoperiod or sunlight. The variation in the duration of sunlight at different places is due to differences in latitude, then season, and duration of the day. Due to the longer duration of sunlight, trees grow faster in summer. Then we learned about precipitation. Precipitation is the rainfall. In India, it's mainly accounted on the southwest monsoon. Areas of heavy rainfall have a dense vegetation than areas of less rainfall. And finally, we discussed about the ecosystem. Ecosystem is a community in which many different organisms interacted with the physical environment. All the plants and animals in an area are interdependent and interrelated to each other in their physical environment. So by this, we completed the first part of Geography Chapter 5, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. If you have any doubts, you can mail your doubts to dmcsonlinequeries@gmail.com. Thank you, students. Have a good day ahead.